The only thing I didn't like about this was now Danielson's going to have a match against Pizzeria Uno, and I've got to watch a pleather-clad potato to see heel Bryan Danielson. But they start the match, and thank God this wasn't one of those deals where, okay, now we're going to try to make it look like Uno knows what he's doing. Because as soon as they locked up, the first time Uno shot Danielson off out of a headlock, he can't even shoot a guy off out of a headlock. He shrugged his head, didn't even take a step. But Danielson more or less put himself in position for Fatso to do a few things at the start, and then mostly started kicking the shit out of him. And to the point where now the people were on the yes kicks, the people were chanting no. They picked up on it that quick. And they were booing his ass. They've actually got a heel. This is brilliant. Because remember I said everybody is a baby face. Everybody in their title tournament, almost every featured person of any name, value, star power, whatever, they have gotten a position where they just had no person of conflict. So now this is brilliant. Anyway, I loved watching Danielson slap this fucking goof around. He gave him a comeback, and Uno, for his part, managed not to fall out of the ring on it. And then Danielson hit the flying knee and stomped Lardass's head in and went to the triangle sleeper. And the only thing, somebody needs to tell Aubrey, just take a breath, cowgirl. Danielson was putting the hold on and was ready to lean back, and Aubrey called it. Did you see that? It was like instant.
It was quick. It was very quick, yeah.
And then, of course, he took his time in letting go, but you can't call it that. Again, 3 seconds, 4 seconds would have made a difference. Danielson didn't even lean back to crank it. But then, so that was shortened to the point, got the point across, the finish that needed to be done. And then Shivani gets back in the ring, and Bryan's going to talk again. I'll take this for the whole show. He's the hottest heel in AEW in 15 minutes. And he cuts the promo saying he's going to kick every member of the Dork Order's heads in because Paige likes him or whatever, however he phrased it. And next week in Chicago, if you've got any nuts, Colt Cabana. So that's perfect. They finally found a use for Colt Cabana. How long's it been? A year and a half, 2 years since he's been on this television program, since they started. It's been 2 years since he's actually wrestled, has it not?
He's wrestled more than that, but
not on the television program. It's been quite a while.
Maybe there was an 8-man or a 10-man with the Young Bucks. I remember seeing him in.
Well, the point is, it took them this long, but finally they found a use for Colt to get his ass kicked by their new hot heel in his hometown. So I'm looking forward to that. What'd you think of all of this malarkey?
I wasn't crazy about Paige on the mic early, and then Danielson came out and everything kind of clicked perfectly. I've been saying the last few weeks that Danielson's been wrestling like a heel, and I've been saying that because I thought Danielson was about to turn heel. For 2 reasons. One, he was wrestling like a heel. And 2, the whole reason he's in AEW is to have fun. And he's going to have a fucking ball. Go watch the smile on his face when he was yelling at that Virginia crowd. He's going to have a great time as a heel. I thought he was dynamic on the mic, and you see the difference here between WWE Daniel Bryan and a Bryan Danielson allowed to do improv.
Yeah.
And allowed to feel the room and allowed to react. WWE wouldn't allow him to say, I won the title at Full Gear. I was there the next day. But he said WrestleMania here, and it made sense.
Yeah.
Because it made people know he won the fucking title at WrestleMania. And it was great.
And for that crowd, they hate the idea that someone was on a WWE show.
As good as all that was, and I loved it. And the Uno match was fine for what it was. To me, it was more, he shouldn't have had as much offense and as much of a comeback. And to me, it's not even about him being Pizzeria Uno. It's about the fact that after that angle and the way he's wrestling and that promo afterwards, which I loved, he should have just kicked ass and mowed right through him. Especially if he's going to be going through different Dark Order people every week. He should have mowed through the first one. And I thought the promo afterwards was fantastic. Look at his eyes. This is a guy about to have the greatest time.
Oh my God. And it's again. They've turned over all these people to the opposition. It's like Custer telling the Indians, wait, stop. You don't have enough people. This ain't fair. Let me give you some of mine.